I don't know if you remember this, but when I first started building my personal brand and I'm following you, I'm on everything you do, I'm watching it. I was really cynical back then. This was, almost 5 years ago. And I remember, I was listening to everything you say, fuck automation, be real, and you had posted something, and I forget the exact situation on Twitter, but it was extremely fast, like unhumanly fast, reactiveness on your part.
And then I replied?
Yeah, like to something I don't remember, but I was like, I commented something along the lines of, like says the guy that doesn't use automation, like calling you out on using automation. And I swear to God, 10 seconds later, you replied with a video that said, these two thumbs, motherfucker, these two thumbs. And then I was like, holy shit, like he came at me. Like people don't do that, And then I said something like, my bad, and you just replied the simplest thing, 3 words, and it changed my life really because I was real cynical. You just said, cynics never win. Can you explain that for the audience, what you mean by that?
First of all, it's an epic story. And I've done, that's happened more than once. So I'm trying to remember if I remember the exact one, but deciding to look at the world, first of all, cynics never win is something that really sits with me because there's a lot of people who are cynical, who are hurting or are concerned or are coming from a place of fear. And I have a lot of empathy for it, but what it means is you're looking for bad, you're looking for the wrong. You're spending energy and often time looking for the I got you, or like, oh, these people like that person, let me prove that that person's not as good as that. Like there's a underlining, I don't like the word jealousy, believe it or not. I don't know why I don't like that word, but I don't really, if you search the Garyvee search, I rarely, it's not about that. It's not about me wanting to be jealous. I don't even like to label people jealous because I think that that's not a nice way to say something to somebody who actually is probably hurting / admiring someone. So like I don't know, but nonetheless, spending energy looking for bad is just a bad use of time. To me, it's like, all that time and energy spent creeping, waiting for the aha could all be put towards positive behavior and doing something for yourself and bringing value. It's just literally seeing the world in a negative light instead of a positive light. It comes down to confidence and kind of being in your own bubble. For me, I always lead with love and belief and trust is given. And then if one proves that that wasn't a good idea, then I'm okay with that, but that doesn't hurt my confidence. Right. That doesn't upset me. I don't feel like they let me down. So many people are guarded, and I think that is something I just think a lot about. It's exhausting to be around cynics, people that are looking for the wrong. And right now, I think the reason so many people are anxious and tired is our entire culture, our entire country in a lot of ways is on tilt and cynical and just like every day looking for the wrong. And that's daunting. And I think it's leading to a lot of pain, which makes me unhappy for so many people, which is why I observe it, I watch it, but it's also why I spend my time doing actions like this, because I want to bring, I'm hoping this hour brings a lot of positivity and a lot of value to people.
Oh yeah, you're always bringing the value, man. I thank you for that, man. That the way you replied to me is exactly what I needed. To understand that if you're cynical, I felt so bad in that moment when I called you out and you were like, no, I did it. That's me for real. You were wrong. And that's when I realized I'd rather be naive and wrong, than cynical, because if I'm naive and I assume you did it and later I found out you were using automation, I don't feel bad. I don't look like
it's like that's bad on them. That's my point, which is like bad will always lose in the end, good will always win in the end, the end. And it's like, who are all we? It almost takes like, to me, the reason I don't search out is I don't have enough ego to think like it's my job to figure it out. Like the world will take care of you. You may be winning for a little while with your trickery, but that shit will always lose in the end. So I don't even need to spend my energy on that because the negative thing will lose in the end.
Yep.
Even though it might look like they're not. People are like, oh yeah, but did you see his Mercedes? I'm like, you don't understand what's happening in that man's soul. You don't know how that man goes to sleep with pills and alcohol. Don't think he's winning because he's got some money. What the fuck's the matter with you? I think you should understand that you're making the art that you want to make, and sometimes commercially it'll be successful and sometimes you don't. I put out enormous amount of things that people don't like in any shape or form or give a shit about, and I find that exciting, not devastating. I don't take it personal because I'm not in control of people's opinions. I'm in control of what I get to make because I want to make it. And sometimes that's going to be commercially successful and sometimes it's not. But I didn't make it to be commercially successful. I made it because I wanted to make it. You need to make it about your process, not the validation of people appreciating it.
Yeah, so I kind of started on TikTok because I had started before and I kind of like got off of it because I wasn't getting a lot of views and stuff, and then like I started listening to you and I'm like, I need to get on that like yesterday. So I started on it and I'm posting about 1 to 2 a day, and I always feel really like I don't have enough stuff to post because like creating pins like these like take a long time, and then creating my illustrations sometimes takes a long time, trying to balance my full-time job with illustrating. So it's kind of like I don't know.
You do know that you're one illustration away from your career changing, right?
Yeah, I know that, but it doesn't feel that way to me.
I don't give a shit how it feels to you. I need you to know it's true.
Yeah.
Like here, you're in the cliche spot that a lot of people that are watching are in, which is you're now going through this whole process of like, fuck, I got into this debt. I'm back home. You go, you know, it just makes sense. The reality is the part that you don't know is how young you are.
Yeah, it doesn't feel that way because it goes back to being with family, right? So Hispanic families.
Yeah, I get it. Russian families, Chinese families, Black families, like, you know, I get it. I get it.
So to them, I am 30 years old, don't have a significant other, don't have kids, don't have my life together. So I hear that all the time. So trying to shut that off and focus, it's hard. It's been hard.
It's hard, which is why these things are so important. You need to shut them out. You need to be grateful for them. You can't resent them. At least they're giving you a shelter right now. You don't have cost of home, right? You need to be thankful for what they give you. And you need to be empathetic and understanding why they're stressed. Your parents, your grandparents, or whoever's around, they grew up in a different era where 30-year-old women already had 3 fucking children in the old land, right? Like you're a woman of a new generation. The end. There's nothing else to say. Like I understand I have a lot of empathy for where they come from. That is how they view the world. I view the world in that at 34 years old, I started over. I spent 12 years of my career building a big business for my dad, but I built it for my dad. I was in a family business. I didn't get paid a lot of money because it was the family business, and I built it for my dad. And I left at 34, and I had no financial worth. I was like, had to start over. So for me, you can imagine when I hear 30 and 2 more years, I'm like, oh, you're a baby. And then when I look and actually see that you're talented, I'm like, oh shit. Now all I have to do is get her to believe that she just needs to put out as much as she possibly can, because it's going to be one single piece of content that's going to change her world.
Yeah.
Got a couple options. You've got these earbuds where you just play music and people that inspire you, all positivity, practical positivity, not delusion. Or you move out and you move in with friends so you don't have to hear it. Those are your 2 options. And then you just stay the course.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to block it off because right now I need to focus on the loans. And I mean, the time that I've been here already, I've been able to like close down 3 loans, like cash, like here, take it, like. Great. So I still have like 2 more that I need to like focus on, right? And it's that self-worth that I keep attaching my self-worth to my work. So when you talk about insecurity and putting yourself out there and posting and keep posting no matter what, that's where it comes for me. It's that self-worth. I'm attaching it to what I'm putting out there. And
that's insecurity and ego.
Yeah.
Look, you're not confused that you're good. You're too good to not think you're good. You know what I mean? No matter how insecure or beat up you are, deep down, you know you're good. So that it's a mix of insecurity and ego because you know you're good.
Yeah.
You need to understand that. I think I'm the best. I literally think I'm the best. Literally, I believe I am the best in the world at what I do. Yet every day I put out stuff that nobody gives a shit about.
Mm-hmm.
It's liberating.
Yeah. So but how do you?
Let's start with this, Diana. Let's start with this. What you're doing now isn't working for you enough.
Yeah.
You're not happy enough. So more tuning your parents out, more putting out content and getting used to it not doing well.
Yeah. And that's why I started TikTok, because I wanted to push myself to do something out of my comfort zone, and that.
But you also started doing TikTok because you believed in me, and it was a new safe place. I need you to get comfortable with negativity and pushback, not escape to TikTok to be free.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
TikTok was an outlet for a lot of people that got too fancy on Instagram. That's why I worked for people like, oh, this is easy and fun, but nobody gives a shit, until that becomes the platform, and then the same thing comes over. We need to fix the well, not the sink. That was a tactic for you to escape a place where judgment was thriving and insecurity was thriving. You understand? It's like training for a fight. I don't know if you follow boxing or MMA, but like when you see these people get punched in the fucking face or in the ribs, and you're like, or like I was watching a fight the other day and guys slamming on the guy's fucking toes, and me and my brother-in-law are just like laughing, be like, one toe stomp would crush us. That's because we haven't trained for getting fucking stepped on the toe like with fucking all the other person's might. However, if I started training right now for getting stepped on my toes by another man with all his might, in 2 years, I'd be able to handle it. That's what I need you to do as an artist. I need you to put out something every day and get comfortable with losing. People are uncomfortable with losing. When you have as much natural talent as you do, you probably got good accolades and positive reinforcement for it. It became your positive place. It's the place where you got positive reinforcement in your teenage and early years. It became your safe place. But now that you're putting it to the market, your market's not your teachers and your parents and your friends. They're gonna tell you go fuck yourself at times. You need to get comfortable with that.
Yeah.
The game of life is getting to fall in love with losing and negativity, not with positivity. The game of life is predicated on getting comfortable and enjoy. I fucking enjoy it. Dana, I enjoy when they don't like it. I enjoy when they tell me I can't. You need to practice. You need to practice.
Yeah, and the only way to practice is to put it out there.
100%.
Yeah.
It's just opinions. You also have to know that when you put out something that goes viral or fucking bananas, you also can't get too high on that. You can't let the work be the validation. You need the process of doing it to be the validation. You have to figure that out.
Yeah, that's true. Like I wanna be able to focus on the process and share that as much as I want to share the final product.
So do that.
But
Talk. But
so for me, since my drawings don't turn out perfect, like from the very beginning, it's a process, right?
So perfect. Show me, where's this perfect? Like besides Kurt Hennig, there is no Mr. Perfect. There is no Mrs. Perfect. Like who is this perfect person? That's you talking to yourself about fuck perfect. Fuck perfect. I don't even want to I don't even say that word unless I need to address somebody who's fucking fallen in love with that fucking word. That fucking word's a piece of shit. Perfect is a fucking word used to make yourself upset.
Yeah.
Fuck that word.
And I use it as procrastination as well. Like I end up not doing it because I want it perfect.
Perfect is a veil for not doing.
Yeah.